Last man on the bench. It is April 5th, 2024. It's supposed to be nice and warm outside. It's spring, but it's cold as balls. It's freezing outside. It was hailing in LA today. Not happy about that. My name is Zach Selwyn. Thank you for rolling in and sitting with me on the bench today. We got a lot to go over. A lot of crazy things happening in the world of sports, such as Shohei Ohtani's first home run as a Dodger. I don't know if anyone saw this. It was a big, exciting thing. And this girl, Dodger Stadium, caught the ball. We're going to talk about how they fleeced her for that ball. Terrible move, LA. Terrible move, Shohei. We're going to talk about the Oakland A's leaving Oakland for Sacramento for 3 years to play in a 10,000-person capacity park in Sacktown, and what that means to Oakland, who's losing every major sports team they have. It's just falling apart over there. We're going to get into Draymond Green's diamond-encrusted testicle chain. That thing was veiny. There's veins in it. It's disgusting. But we're going to talk about what that is and why that story broke in the last couple days. From NBA Centel. And then we're going to have our Seton Hall Moment of the week featuring The Fish. My stepfather, huge Seton Hall fan. Seton Hall won the NIT last night, taking down Larry Blurred, Steph Blurry, my favorite player on Indiana State. But when you hear The Fish yell Seton Hall, you know why we do that. My name is Zach Selwyn. You're here with Last Man on the Bench. Play me some song I wrote recently. I got to hear something.
Yes, sir. It is time for Dodger baseball. It's time to mortgage the house.
Why didn't that
stadium
chart?
Snacks.
Huh? Listen.
Once the Dodgers signed Shohei, said goodbye to
Once I get my viewers up. Man, what else is going on? It is time for Dodger baseball, folks. My Dodger Stadium concession stand song was a pretty big hit on Instagram. I think it got over 173 shares. That's an original Last Man on the Bench song about the outrageous prices at Dodger Stadium. Hope you guys got to check that out. If not, go check it out at YouTube, Last Man on the Bench, and make sure to follow us on Instagram at Last Man on the Bench. And I want to talk about the Dodgers again. I know I live in LA. It's what I got to talk about. But Shohei Ohtani, the $780 million man, hit his first Dodgers home run 2 nights ago. Okay, it was a bomb. And every time Shohei hits a home run, it is a spectacle. And this thing lands in the stands, and this lucky woman picks it up, and she's showing it off in the TV. This is a moment of her life. She got a Shohei home run ball. That's awesome. Now, the story does not end there. She comes out the next day and says she was pressured. She was pressured by Dodger personnel to give up the ball for nothing, for next to nothing. Okay, so let me just tell you about what she says happens. She says that they immediately went up to the stands. They escorted her and her husband out of their seats. They separated them into different rooms, and they started going at her. Like, what's it going to take to give us that ball? What's going to take to give us the Shohei ball? And this poor girl, this poor woman who's been going to Dodger games for 15 years is like, I don't know. What do I do? But pressure's on. They're like, just give it up. It's Shohei's first ball. He really wants it. He's willing to give you something. Basically, she ended up giving up this ball for like an autographed baseball and a chili dog. Shohei comes in. He gives her a hat and a signed ball. I think 2 signed balls. 2 balls and a cap for this home run ball. Now, this ball is they're already saying at an auction house, they're saying that this thing could go for $100,000. All right? I bet you can get a Shohei Ohtani autographed baseball anywhere on the web right now for $1,000. The cap, $750. But $100,000 for his first Dodger Stadium home run. Dodgers home run. She felt pressured. She was upset. She said there could have been a fairer deal. I mean, she would have got season tickets out of this thing. Here's my question. Why is it worth $100,000? Because Shohei's hit a ton of home runs already. This isn't his first ever home run. It's his first National League home run, his first Dodgers home run. Who cares? That ball doesn't mean that much. If he hits 63 this year, that ball means something. The 63rd ball. The 62nd ball will mean something if he ties Judge. But his first ball, home run as a Dodger, I don't get the $100,000 price tag on that. It's extortion. And, here's the funny thing about souvenirs. Shohei Ohtani has, I just looked this up online, a foul ball that he hit, an autograph, is being sold for $15,000. That's a foul ball. Not even a fair ball. $15K just sold. So a home run ball is going to go for a little bit more than that. I don't think 100. But this leads me to this crazy story. My old agent, when I was a sports TV personality before the launch of this massively successful podcast, my old agent at William Morris was a huge sports fan, huge Yankee fan like myself. We got along well. This was crazy. It was the night Alex Rodriguez hit his 600th home run. Ball goes into the stands. People are going crazy. Now, A-Rod at the time was not a cheater. Or he was, but no one knew he was, juicing at the time. They just thought he was natural. But all right, so February 24th, 2015, he hits his 600th home run. That's not true. That seems like it was, no, this is August 2010. Yeah, that's more like it. This ball goes in the stands. Some guy catches it. The guy happens to know my agent. He's a New Yorker. My agent used to live in New York. Reaches out. He says, what can I sell this fucker for? So my agent goes, oh, dude, let's make money on this. He starts repping the ball. He's a ball agent. He's like got a clientele. It's like, whoever Michael B. Jordan was one of his clients. Me. Someone's career went the wrong way there. And A-Rod's 600th home run ball, which he then starts shopping around to auction houses and to memorabilia shops trying to sell it. I'm going to look up what it actually sold for because now I'm interested. But this was hilarious. He was repping the ball, and he eventually sold it for a lot of money. And I can't find it right now. But, oh, here we go. It sold at an auction for a little over $100,000. That's A-Rod's 600th. Shohei's first as a Dodger? Nah, it's not $100,000. But the funny thing is, this ball agent story led to me creating a very funny comedy sketch for TBS a few years back where I cast my dear friend Seth Menachem as a ball agent who represented like Wilson the volleyball, a tennis ball that Andre Agassi hit, the basketball that was in Air Bud, things like that. And we did this whole sketch, and I'd like to share it with you because TBS can come after us all day long and try to sue. I wrote this fucker, and I'm even in it. I play the guy's younger brother, Ari, trying to sell him a racquetball in case there's like a Ben Stiller racquetball movie being made. But check this out. This is The Ball Agent from TBS, written by yours truly, directed by Adam Siegel. Check it.
I'm Michael Glassberg, and I represent balls. Well, I'm an agent for balls. This is a football from Ballers I just had relaced. Dr. Yashar did the work. Same guy who does Matthew McConaughey's hair. Got a basketball over here from Space Jam. I'm proud of you. Just stick to your scene study class. Keep going to the gym. I do represent a volleyball from 1986's Top Gun. Remember the shirtless scene where the boys are playing on the beach? I rep in Wilson from Castaway. Moneyball, Brad Pitt fondled 4 of my balls. Don't lowball me. My balls don't get out of bed for that. 500 a dribble, minimum. Here's my guy hanging out with Drake. They were so high that night. My client and Taylor Swift at the Grammy Awards. That was a fun night. Did not end well. She then wrote that song, we're never, ever, never, never, ever getting back together. I think we'll get back together. Sometimes finding clients takes a little creativity. No, it's a pass.
Sure you don't want this racquetball?
What am I gonna do with the racquetball?
Maybe Ben Stiller has a racquetball movie.
No one's doing racquetball movies! Get out of here!
Fine.
It's not always easy. I know some balls that got enhanced. Thought it made them look better. They get on that air, they want to keep up. Get addicted to needles. They pop. Not every ball's a star. You want a foul ball from Tim Tebow's first game? They say in the right light, you can see the vision of Virgin Mary. Michael Glassberg, AAA. Get a spare tire. Wrong number. 12 times a day.
Good shit, right? Seth Menachem, much love. Anyway, enough about balls. Well, we'll get into more balls later. This is an all balls show for some reason. Last man rolls on. Ooh, all right, what's next? Let's get into the Draymond Green testicle chain, shall we? What? What is this thing? Story comes out a couple days ago that Draymond Green, the king of kicking opposing players in the nards, just dropped $80,000 on a diamond-encrusted testicle pendant to wear around. First of all, this is a disgusting-looking piece of jewelry. I'll put a little video up, a little shot of it right there. You see that thing? That is absolutely disgusting. There's like veins. I mean, 80 grand for this thing. This thing costs less than a Shohei Ohtani home run ball. So everyone starts talking about the Draymond Green testicle chain. And then I did a little research on it because I was interested. It turns out it's all cap, as the kids say. It's all fake. It's a viral rumor that dropped on April Fool's Day, of all things. And fuck me for believing this. What happened was the fans went crazy and they were like, this guy's an idiot. Who gets a pair of diamond truck nuts around their neck? Right? It looks like a Ford F-150 with this thing. But the bottom line is, this is not a real story. It's this testicle-shaped jewel encrusted with diamonds. It was put out by an NBA parody account called the NBA Sentel. So what that did was it sent the media scrambling to figure out why he bought this chain, you know, how much it cost, where to get it. Did he go to Jacob the jeweler? Did he go to Ziegfeld's? I don't think many NBA players are going to Ziegfeld's. That's where my mom and grandma used to go to get their like rings polished. Weisberg's. You just make up any Jewish name and that'll be a jewelry store in some town. But turns out the testicle ring was not real. And NBA Sentel got thousands, hundreds of thousands of responses, retweets, things like that. So it got me thinking about these fake NBA accounts and how much the media actually follows them. Does anyone remember Ballsack Sports? First of all, again, here we go, more testicle content. This is the most testicle content show I've ever hosted in my life. And I hosted America's Firmest Testicles for CMT. The rumors spread, and Ballsack Sports was at one point a Twitter account. It was taken down because ESPN personalities, they started believing the shit that Ballsack was posting. First of all, the name of your content company is Ballsack Sports. Who's going to buy that? But this dude is good. It was just one guy. He was 24 years old. This guy basically was tricking mainstream media. And ESPN's on-air talent would occasionally quote these things. This guy's name, he was from Akron, Ohio, and he did this to rile up as many people as possible under the most obscenely obvious satirical name. Yeah, well, guess who didn't think it was who didn't think that it was that obvious? Kendrick Perkins, because he went on ESPN and quoted a story from Ballsack where there was just a simple fake quote about Kyrie Irving and James Harden and their tenure in Brooklyn. And it said, all those rumors and stories that we heard about Kyrie and James Harden in practice with the Nets, they're true. Kyrie showed us last night, and it's true. And everyone said, what are you talking about, Kendrick? And he said, look at this quote. The quote says, you know, Kyrie called Harden washed. They used to play one-on-one together. Harden could never beat Kyrie. That led to their shakeup in Brooklyn. Kyrie wanted out. Kendrick Perkins quotes it, Ballsack Sports, then finds out that they're being quoted on ESPN, which was once the most trustworthy sports news outlet in the world. And he went after him. He goes, oh my God, they got sacked. So, you know, fake quote. He accredited it to a Brooklyn Nets executive. They got sacked. So he sacked Kendrick Perkins. And then guess who else did it? Stephen A. Smith. He read a Ballsack quote. And he referenced the Kyrie Harden thing. And this guy was loving it. He's like, oh my God, I sacked Stephen A. Smith as well. So these stories that are being put out by Twitter accounts and fake comedy parody accounts, they're so believable these days that the mainstream medium's picking it up. Hey, even I'm picking it up, and I'm the host of Last Man on the Bench. I believe that Draymond Green turned himself into a truck nut wearing son of a bitch. I mean, how many times did that guy do that, when he gets that inside move and then he kicks his leg up at the end? I don't even think Steven Adams can have children anymore because of what Draymond did to that poor man. They kicked him 100 times. I mean, that's a 280-pound dude kicking you in the slats. Stephen Allen went back to New Zealand with a higher voice, I'll tell you that. Hey, man, we'd love to have you on the show, Stephen. Stephen Allen, what'd I say? The fuck's his name? You know what I'm talking about. Stephen Allen, is that a comedian? The fuck's his name? Help me out, Sam. Stephen Adams. Jesus, fuck. Stephen Adams can no longer have children because of Draymond Green. That's right. He went back to the bush, wherever he's from in New Zealand. He's like, "Hi, guys. It's all right. Can't even have my kids." And Draymond got himself a diamond-encrusted nutsack. Last man rolling. Oh, yeah. What's going on? What's going on in Oakland? Smokeland. Oaktown, home of MC Hammer and Oakland's 357. And Tupac Shakur and the Digital Underground. Rest in peace, Shock G and Pac. Oakland. Man, Oakland, as a kid, was the coolest fucking sports city in the world. Hands down. The Oakland Raiders. Hardest team in football. Most fun to watch. Killers. The Oakland Athletics. Bash Brothers, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, Walt Weiss, not a Jew. Canseco, McGuire, the Bash Brothers, the little pachyderm on the side of their jerseys, those 600-foot bombs Canseco was hitting, juiced to the fucking gills. Well, now the beloved Oakland A's have not reached a deal with their city and their terrible stadium, and they've decided to move for 3 years to a 10,000-person capacity park in Sacramento, becoming the third franchise to leave Oakland in the last 5 years. One, Golden State, the Warriors. They were in Oakland. Now they're over in San Francisco. More tech money over there. Raiders, Vegas. Oakland A's, they're going to Vegas as well in a few years. But they're going to do a little pit stop in Sacramento because these cheap fucks couldn't agree on a deal with the city to keep them playing in that toilet seat with a lid up that they call a stadium. I went to that stadium a couple years ago. I try to go to baseball stadiums whenever I'm in a town in the summer. It is disgusting. First of all, I ate the pork helmet nachos. Not a good idea. Secondly, the design of it is so flawed. I think I had half my view obscured by a pillar. Beers were actually affordable there, which was amazing. They were only like 14. And the best thing is the back wall. There's just this green wall there. And it says Holy Toledo on it, but it's all painted green because it was too distracting. Now, Holy Toledo was the catchphrase of a longtime A's announcer. I'm trying to think of his name, but it was a great catchphrase for a home run, right? And let me see who said this. Bill King, his trademark phrase was Holy Toledo. That's great. And they honored Bill King by putting Holy Toledo in the outfield. I don't think that's going to be in the outfield in Vegas. But this Sacramento move, beginning next year through 2028 or 27, it's got me thinking. On one hand, Sacramento's a great sports town, believe it or not. The Kings have loyal fans. They love those Sacramento Kings. De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. Malik Monk. Get healthy. They love them. They should have beat the Lakers back in the day before. I won't even get into those games when Weber, Bibby, Vlade. Oh, that was a great team. They haven't won much. But the A's go in there. Will these 10,000 people show up at the park? One, I believe, yes. especially when their favorite teams come to play. The Yankees go to play at 10,000 person park in Sacramento. I'm going to that. Abso-fucking-lutely. Will it be expensive? Probably not. The A's are notorious for not signing high-priced talent. They build the farm system up and then they ship it all around the league. And will it be kind of fun? It's like going to a minor league game. Pack it in Sac. Pack the stadium, baby. Why not? That's one thought. The other thought is the poor people of Oakland, this poor town, they tried and they tried and they tried to get this guy, I forget their owner, Fisher, the hell's his name? They tried to get this guy to build a new stadium. They tried to make a deal. I mean, if you know anything about owning a baseball team, it is $1 billion expense. It costs $1 billion to fucking own a baseball team. All right. It's money shouldn't be an object for any owner. And they want the fans to come in and pay more and become a part of the rebuild of the A's. No, it's a lot of money. Someone fucked up. And they're going to Sacramento beginning in 2025. It's like a minor league park. It's just insane. It's I feel sad for the city of Oakland. Tupac is pissed. Hammer's pissed. Damian Lillard, I want to get his opinion on it. He's an Oakland guy. Love to hear what he thinks. Damian, call the show. Love to have you on Last Man on the Bench. Good luck to the Oakland, the city of Oakland for going to Sacramento to see games. Sacramento, as the great Dr. Dre once said, where you at? Oh, great visual joke I saw on Twitter the other day on X. Someone said, if they play Baltimore and they abbreviate their name as Sac, are they going to be called Ball Sack? BALSAC? Oh my God. Another testicle reference on Last Man on the Bench. I need a drink. Finally, the Seton Hall Pirates won the NIT tournament last night, 79-77 against the Indiana State Sycamores. Larry Bird's old school. Seton Hall had a hell of a year. They should have made the NCAA tournament. I talked about this a few episodes ago. All the teams that boycotted the NIT this year. Shame on you for not representing your team and your school in the NIT. And good for you, Seton Hall, for going in there and dusting off my man Robbie Avila, Larry Blurred, Steph Blurry, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I hope he goes to the league. I hope he gets at least a few NIL deals. But the only reason I bring this up, other than, that was a hell of a game. Most people are probably talking, everyone's talking about Iowa UConn. The female fucking basketball world has arrived, by the way. I mean, I am blown away by the popularity and how interesting it is and how much better it is. But Seton Hall happens to be the favorite team of my stepfather, the Fish, who is the most avid and craziest sports fan I've ever met. And just for that, I'm going to give you our Seton Hall moment of the week. And maybe I'll do it live, but I'll probably end up having to post over this just for the sound quality. But here it is. My stepfather screaming Seton Hall at the top of his lungs.
Yeah, bitch, who we watching, baby? Seton
I mean, that should be the call of the whole team. They should hire my stepdad to come in and if you look at him, I mean, he's wearing a neck brace. One more time.
Who we watching, baby?
Hopefully, that won't be the last Seton Hall moment of the week, but there you go. Shout out to the Pirates and to the Fish for the NIT title. And really quick, this just came in before I bounce. Did anyone notice what happened to UConn traveling to the Final Four this week? They got fucked. They got absolutely fucked. And it almost looks like someone planned this. I don't care who you are. If you're the best team in the college basketball, you're the defending national champion, you deserve a private plane directly to Arizona, no questions asked. You get the dope hotel, you're chilling. UConn sat on that tarmac for like 7 hours. Did you see this? Then they couldn't get a crew. The crew was like, oh, we already exhausted our hours. We can't fly with you. Then there were engine or problems or something. They sat there for 8 hours. They're on East Coast time traveling west. We all know what that does to a man. We all know what that does to your brain, to your sleep patterns. Then you think it's going to end there, right? Dan Hurley, Bobby Hurley's brother. Fuck you, Bobby Hurley. Dan Hurley hasn't changed his underwear, by the way, since the tournament began. I love that. Greasy. That's his good luck thing. He has the same pair of underwear on. It's nasty. You want that hanging in the Connecticut Hall of Fame? Poor Dan Hurley. He's sitting there on the plane. He's got his head in his hands. He looks like he's going through a midlife crisis. He can't get to Phoenix. By the time I get to Phoenix, sing it, Glenn Campbell. He can't get the team to Phoenix. All the other teams, all the other Final Four teams are there. They're chilling. DJ Burns has already cleared out the buffet at the hotel for NC State. He can't get there. UConn flies in Thursday morning at like 2 a.m. They've been on the 2-day travel, exhausted. Then they get to their hotel, all right? And they're, one of their players posts a picture of his bed. It looks like the size of this table here. It's like a court jester-sized bed. It's not even a twin. Meanwhile, DJ Burns posted his bed. He's got like a triple king. He's a bigger boy, but dude, someone's messing with UConn. Also, it looks like they're sharing rooms. DJ Burns looks like he was about to have a honeymoon suite. So UConn just arrived. Look, I think they're going to win it all anyway, but keep an eye on this Final Four tomorrow. If UConn comes out looking sluggish, who knows if someone did this to him? I don't know who. I know the NCAA plans all travel for teams. Maybe the president doesn't like UConn. I don't know. But something was fishy if it took them that long. And Hurley even said, he goes, I am broken. He goes, this sucked. My team misses like a day of practice. They're exhausted. We're starting behind the 8 ball. Something to think about tomorrow, baby. Make sure to follow Last Man on the Bench on all your social platforms. Check us out on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, dude. Come on. We need to get these numbers up. Stream us. Share us. My name is Zach Selwyn. I'll be playing in Sun Valley, Idaho next Thursday, the 11th. If you're in Sun Valley, Idaho, come to my show at Higher Ground. It's a full band show. And then I'm going to be playing in Tucson on April 16th at the Maverick Saloon. If you like that country hip hop, you know where to find me. Last Man. We'll see you.
Time to mortgage the house for some stadium snacks. Listen, once the Dodgers signed Shohei, I said...